Today we're going to do the Arduino microcontroller. Here we have the Atmega 328. The microcontrollers has contributed greatly to the advancement of technology, and it has helped to create powerful handheld devices. So this is the microcontroller here. So these are the peripherals, the inputs and the outputs of the microcontroller. So each one they have there are different types of microcontrollers depending on their memory and depending on their capability. They have varied memory spaces. So these microprocessors, the higher the number, the more it could do. And these are microchips that are used in automotive industry, especially in all these electric cars. So here in this lesson, we're going to make a display. This is what we've displayed here. Welcome to your maintenance engineer insider. And we've used a 16 by 2 LCD display. Well, liquid crystal display, LCD. So this is a 16 by 2. Why they call it 16 by 2 is that it can display 16 characters horizontally, and it can only display in two columns. I mean, so it could have it could have 2 files and 16 columns. So that's the only place you can display. But you can display and delete and display and delete. So depending on your program. And to do this, we're also going to need a breadboard. We're going to need a 10k ohm potentiometer. And we're going to need a 220 resistor. And most importantly, we're going to need an interface. We're going to need an Arduino interface. So if we type in Google Arduino IDE, you'll find an Arduino interface. So you can download it, and this is where we're going to write a program if we want to make it physically. So this is what an Arduino IDE looks like. Yeah, you can write programs here and you can compile it, and it will show you where you have your error. And then you upload it into the microprocessor. So anytime you apply 5 volts, it's going to display whatever. Anytime you apply 5 volts to the microprocessor, it's going to display. You're going to have the display of whatever that is in the crystal, in the liquid crystal display. So, but for the sake of this program, I'm going to direct you to where you can get a free software which will help you to simulate everything. It's it's a program that's online, which was created by Autodesk. It's called Tinkercad, and it's spelled Tinkercad. So if you type in Tinkercad on your Google, it will take you to the website where you can register, and then you'll be able to have access to my works, and also have access to be able to practice in your own and simulate these Arduino circuits, and you can find all these electronic devices there as well. So we move over down to simulate the program on Tinkercad. So now we've moved to the interface of the Tinkercad. On the first line, this is the part where we write the code. It has where we put the code. First of all, we can put the code, and then we can install the devices that we want. And this is an LED. This is an LED. We can install a resistor. We can install a potentiometer here, and this is a capacitor. This is a battery. So we can it's a 9 volt battery. We can get whatever we want to use, for the project. But then we have to write the program for it. And then there's this interface where we put the code. So I've written the code already. In the code, first line we import a library. We've imported a library for liquid crystal display. And then here we declare that we've initialized the liquid crystal display by creating an interface for it to where we're going to connect it to the microcontroller. So the microcontroller is going to be connected. The liquid crystal display will be connected to the digital input 12, 11, 5, 4, 3, 2 of the microcontroller. We can see the links here. This is 12, um, D11, D5, D4, D3, D2, which means digital. It's digital 1, digital 2. It could be digital input or digital output, depending on how we declared it. Okay, now we've um, we've just said that here we've decided that to declare the number of columns and rows of the LCD display. It's a 16 by 2 LCD display, so it can only display in 16 columns and 2 rows. And this is what we've declared here. And then we make a loop here, a repetitive statement where it prints. First of all, if there was anything written on the screen, it will clear it, and then it will set the cursor to row 1 and column 1, and it's gonna start writing welcome to your, and it's gonna move to the next row, and it's gonna set the cursor at column 0 and row 1, and it's gonna print ME insider. Then it's gonna delay 3 milliseconds, and it well 3 milliseconds it's gonna print again. So now let us simulate what we've coded, so we can see. Yeah, to do this, we just need an Arduino board, and then we need a 10 kilo a 10 kilo ohm potentiometer and a 220 ohm resistor and a breadboard, and then we can simulate it. Or if we do not have that, we can get all these things on Amazon for less than 30 quid. We can get a lot of components that we can use for to make a project, because we're going to be doing a lot of projects.